Alright guys, so today I have an impossible looking card trick to show you all, and this is what it looks like. So we can have the spectator give the cards as many shuffles as they like before we begin. You guys can see here all the cards are mixed just like this. So we can have the spectator just take a look at any card. Let's say they say stop somewhere and they'll remember the card. So hopefully you guys can see this, but this will be the spectator's card. So they'll go ahead and lose it back in the deck, and I'll give the deck over back to them. They can shuffle it anywhere into the middle. They can give it a cut. It truly doesn't matter as long as you guys can see here, right? Every single card is shuffled and your card, is somewhere hopelessly lost in the deck somewhere. So this trick is all about having the stars align. I know that's kind of a common saying, right? But I'm going to show you how we can get the stars to align with this deck of cards right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold the deck and spread through the cards one by one like this, and at any point you're just going to take a card and touch it, or you can actually pull it out of the deck would be ideal. So any card you'd like, you're going to pull it out of the deck, and then you're going to actually turn it over and then replace it exactly where you took it from, because I don't want you to move that card in any other place. So remember, you shuffled the card, so it can really be any card. Let's say it's this one, so go ahead, take it out, turn it over, and then put it right back where you found it. So they'll go ahead and do this, and we have the King of Hearts just like this. So you guys can see, look, you could have honestly gone further down into the deck. You could have touched any of these cards near the bottom here if you wanted, but the King of Hearts is the card that you wanted. And remember, you didn't move it, you put it right back where you found it. Okay, great. Look, I'm just gonna leave the deck here on the table, and I'm gonna bring back that idea of the stars aligning, because think about it for a second. What are the chances that you chose this exact card that would be in this exact position from this randomly shuffled deck? The chances are very, very low that this exact thing would happen in this, exact way. However, an even more impossible coincidence would be for this card to be in this exact position, and for the identity of this card to actually help us find the exact position of your card in this randomly shuffled deck. Because look, if we just take the King from where you touched it, remember you touched it and you put it back exactly where you found it. This is where it came from. I'm simply gonna use the King, because remember, King is also 13. We're just gonna count 13 cards from where the King was located. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 13th card is right here. Remember, everything was shuffled, everything was mixed. You touched this card randomly. What are the chances that the stars aligned? And there we go. That is the trick. Queen of Hearts. Hopefully that was your card. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to learn how this is done, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. All right, guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. This is a very basic idea utilizing one of my all-time favorite sleights in all of Magic, but I think it's a really cool trick, and I'm excited to show you guys how it works. So this is a completely impromptu effect, which means the cards can be shuffled. So once the cards have been mixed, you're gonna invite the spectator to choose any card, and you're gonna get knowledge of whatever this card is, and then let them shuffle the card into the deck by themselves. So I do this by getting a peek at the card, and it's a very simple way to get the peek. I'm just going to dribble the cards like this and ask the spectator to call out stop. What I'm going to do is essentially dribble, and then whenever they say stop, I'm just going to simply bend my thumb up a little bit so I can get a glimpse at the corner of that card, and I can see right here that is the 2 of diamonds. It might be a little bit hard to do in this camera angle. Would look something like this in normal performance. So they say stop, and I said right here, you're sure? Now take a look at the card, and I'll just look away immediately so it looks like I haven't actually seen anything. But in this case, let's say they choose the 5 of spades, and then you're just going to dribble the card back into the middle and immediately hand the deck to them so that they can shuffle all the cards. So to the spectator, it looks like they just saw a card in the middle, and now they're shuffling it, and there's absolutely no way you could know what the card is or where it is. And it's very important that you have them shuffle the cards, because that's the entire point of this trick, is that you're going to make an impossible coincidence out of the shuffled order that they have determined. So once the cards have been shuffled, You're going to spread them face up on the table so that you can show the spectator how shuffled the cards are, or you could also just spread them in your hand if you don't have a table. But what you're going to do is look for their card, the card that you peeked. In this case, we have the 5 of spades, and I'm going to control it so that is the 4th card from the top. So I'm going to see their card and then spread over 3 more cards and then flip my wrist over to sort of showcase the cards here, and then turn the left hand packet over and then turn the right hand packet over on top, so that now their card is going to be the 4th card down. The reason for this is because you're going to be preparing the card in a cold position, and this is the entire method of the trick right here. So I'm going to invite the spectator to touch any card in the middle and then to turn it over and put it back right where they found it. And as I'm explaining, I'm just going to spread over 4 cards very casually. And then this 4th card here, I'm going to square it up with the 3rd card and then cull it underneath with my fingers like this so that it goes under the spread. Once it's under the spread, I'll now continue to spread very slowly so that the spectator has a free choice to choose any card, and it truly does not matter which card they choose, but whichever card they choose, let's say this one, tell them to take it out and then to turn it over and put it right back where they found it. What you're going to do is look at the number of whatever this card is, and you're going to count that many cards down. So in this case, we have an 8. I'm just going to very quickly do this in groups of 3 because it's very easy to push off 3 cards at a time. So I'm going to count off 3, 6, and then 7, and then this would be the 8th card. But instead of counting the 8th card, I'm actually going to insert the cold card into that position. So the card is underneath the spread. So I've counted off 7 cards, and I'm now going to use my fingers to sort of push in the card like this, right into that 8th position. And then I'll continue spreading the cards, and I'll justify this by saying, and you could have gone further down and touched any of these cards if you wanted. And that's sort of the justification for continuing the spread. But then you're going to square up the cards, leave the card out jogged, and say, look, this is the place where you touched it, and this is where you took it from. And now you're going to spread the cards on the table very cleanly, explain this whole thing about the stars aligning and this impossible coincidence of their random shuffle, them having chosen this exact card in this exact position with this exact value, that if we count now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 8th card hopefully should be their card, and it will be. So that is the trick. It's extremely easy, as you can see. It's really a basic method, not much to it. It's just another really cool idea utilizing the cull, which is easily my favorite sleight of hand move in all of Magic because it's so versatile and you can use it with so many different tricks and you can use it in so many different ways. But yeah, this is just a fun little idea to play around with, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.